Hey guys, welcome to this new video. Today it's gonna be an important video because there is a lot of hot news. We have an outbreak of the pandemic in Vietnam with Indian variants. We have foreigners that are currently being deported, and we have people that we put on blacklist because they use fake agents to come to Vietnam. So I wanna explain a little bit and give you my perspective about the whole thing. So you can get a clearer understanding about what is going on here and plan your moving or plan just your current situation of visa more clearly. So first news that we have recently, what about the outbreak? We had a few weeks ago, few imported cases from overseas. So those cases were with Indian variants, so people stay under quarantine, do their normal quarantine period, and when they got released outside, they finally got positive. So from that stage, the government implemented a 21-day of quarantine. So I think this is a good thing because we have pretty wrong positive or cases like this that they were not clearly sure if the guy was positive or negative. So I guess this is a good thing, but obviously if you want to come to Vietnam, you have to spend a lot of time in quarantine. Second point we had recently is that in Da Nang, we had some people helping migrants to come to Vietnam, and they use fake companies. So they sponsor those foreigners as supposed experts. How things work is that usually you have a company that's gonna hire you for your expertise, for your foreign experience, for your foreign diploma and everything. And then you will come to Vietnam with a purpose, right? To work for a local company. Things turns out that many agents use that technique to build fake company, grant to foreign people fake visas, and finally few people managed to come over the last months under this kind of fake stuff. And it turns out that finally the authorities find out that it was just a fake way for people to move to Vietnam, and that the company were not legit companies. No one was really working for those companies, no one was really paying taxes. And so all those big chain got finally find out, and there is a crowd down in what is happening right now. So it's a good thing in a way because you're going to make people being more in a good standing living in Vietnam. So for instance, you work here, you have to be registered here at your police, you have to have a tax ID, you have to pay your taxes. This is just basic things, right? But many people are not currently, still even now, not in this situation. That's why I guess the government want to also, tighten a little bit the rules. And I guess it's just something that is going on the good direction, and the trends that we just expected to come. So what's gonna happen to exactly those people, the foreigner coming to Vietnam illegally? Basically, they will be put on the blacklist. So this is something that exists here. It's if you break the law, basically, you can be put on that blacklist and you can be deported. And so it happens if you like break things and go against the Vietnamese law. And of course, if you come here under a fake company, you are breaking the law. So obviously that you will be deported. So this is something that is happening right now. So if you guys are having a visa or are planning to move to Vietnam, be sure that you work with trustworthy partners in Vietnam that they're gonna really make everything properly, and you really come for a purpose, right? Either you can come for as an investor or to work here, but your plan has to be clear. And so basically everyone uses those kind of shell company, just company open to bring foreigner in Vietnam, will be immediately under the radar of the authorities. So be aware and know again who you are working with, and which person do you trust in Vietnam to be your lawyer and to do things properly. And actually this exactly is combined with some Chinese migrants that were coming back and forth from outside and to Vietnam and were working here illegally. And when you combine this and the current outbreak, I think government wanted really to make a strong impact and to really say now these kind of things are over. So you have to find a proper solution to be able to live in Vietnam. So I was saying that those things could have been anticipated. Actually, I've been sharing a couple of months ago about blacklisting and about having a proper plan when you move to Vietnam or when you live in Vietnam. So let's say you are working here, it's fine. You pay your taxes, everything is fine. You have a company that you are working for, then there is no ambiguity, right, in the situation. But if you come here under a tourist visa that you keep renewing, or you are same under a business visa that you keep renewing, another factor that is just international, it's an international rule, it's the 183 days. If you stay more than 6 months in most of the places in the world, then you will be considered as a tax resident. And because we had this outbreak, this global pandemic, all the borders got closed, but obviously Vietnam cannot, carry all the people here under a tourist visa perpetually. As soon as you pass 6 months, like if you will really check the law, you are a tax resident, so you should pay your taxes here. Let's say you have an online business, let's say you have some investment overseas, and you generate some money, you have some income, then you should pay your taxes here. So you should get a normal tax ID and do similar as the expat living here. So it's understandable that this situation couldn't have continued like more, right? Because now the borders start to open, we can travel in Europe. Most of in the developed countries already have the vaccine, so restrictions start to be released in most of the part of the world. So of course, now it's time for the Asian countries to let people go and to just focus on their internal economy. They cannot, again, carry and have people coming in and out without proper situation. So it's just normal that all the visa has been tightened to 1 month. It's going to be a 1 month renewable visa. And of course, after a few renewal, you can have the authorities telling you, like, what are you doing here? This is just trend. This is just what we observe in different countries. And of course, this global pandemic make kind of the whole country in a pause. But now things are just going back to normal. And of course, you have to have a proper visa policy and situation. So if you are a tourist, try to find a job here, try to work, so you will have a work permit, so you will have a normal visa and long-term TRC, for instance, temporary residency card. And if you have a business visa and if you are also working here, just be sure that you get all the paper with the company that you are working for, so all your situation is clear. You're here, you pay taxes. It's just common sense and thing that everyone should have done like months ago. So finally, a final word to kind of wrap all those ideas. If you want to now come to Vietnam, be careful about those fake agents that gonna sell you, the dream expert visa or the tricks that they can bypass the authorities and also maybe provide you a TRC for 2 years. This time is completely over. You have to rely on trustworthy partners and really plan and really have the budget to move overseas. If right now your situation is that you're here in Vietnam, try to contact the right person, either the visa that you are, agency that you are working with for a while, and ask them what's the solution you have to get a proper plan to be sure that over the next 6 months or the next year, you will be able to have a proper situation and you don't always have to worry about the next change in the Vietnam update visa, right? And if you have also an online business, if you are an entrepreneur or if you are an investor, you can also consider opening a company. It's not that hard to open a company in Vietnam as soon as you work with the right people, and then this company can really be a current business that you can run and that can really grant you the right to live in Vietnam. And just a few words about the current situation here. In District 1, here, so in the heart of Ho Chi Minh City, there is social distancing that are implemented in most of the places. So for instance, even this morning when I have my coffee, some police came and asked us to wear a mask. So even in a restaurant and coffee, here in this coffee they implement as well social distancing, so they don't take more than 30 people inside the restaurant, and they ask the people to leave a little bit of space between each of them. So I guess it's gonna be the situation that we expats gonna have during the next weeks. So again, be ready, stay safe, and if you wanna move to Vietnam, work with trustworthy people. Thanks for watching this video. You can check in the description. I will leave some link, some resources, as well as, for instance, my email. So if you want to reach me out and ask me for information, feel free to ask me below in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.
And I'ma get it right, dead on sight like